Now today's topic is something a lot of people don't realize. Jamaica isn't just a tiny island in the Caribbean. Jamaica is global glue. Its culture, its exports, its influence are embedded in the fabric of at least 15 major countries across the world. These aren't random connections, they're deep, economic, cultural, and sometimes even spiritual lifelines. Let's break it down. Start with the United States. America is one of the most powerful nations on Earth, but its industries, from aerospace to construction, depend on a mineral that Jamaica has in abundance: bauxite. That red dirt many overlook is a goldmine for aluminum production. And without Jamaica's steady supply, America's tech, car, and defense sectors would slow to a crawl. But beyond minerals, Jamaica gave America one of its most important cultural gifts: the blueprint for hip-hop. DJ Kool Herc, a Jamaican immigrant, transformed block parties in the Bronx into a global genre that now drives billions.
In August 1973, a young Jamaican-born New Yorker known as DJ Kool Herc threw a party in the South Bronx. With a pair of turntables, he improvised a technique that isolated and repeated musical breaks. That technique would lay the foundation for a genre known as hip-hop.
From Shaggy in the Billboard charts to Jamaican patois in American slang, the US and Jamaica are culturally intertwined more than they care to admit. Cross the Atlantic, and you land in the United Kingdom, where Jamaican hands have long propped up the National Health Service. Since the Windrush generation arrived post-World War II, Jamaican nurses, doctors, and skilled workers have been the backbone of British hospitals, schools, and rail systems. Even British music owes a debt to Jamaican sound system culture. Without Jamaica, the UK loses one of its most influential immigrant communities, and a flavor of culture that defines cities like London, Birmingham, and Bristol.
Yo, it's Timos with TV. I'm a Capital Extra, about to go in with the hottest cats out of Kingston, Jamaica.
Then there's Canada, where the Caribbean population, led by Jamaicans, has helped shape entire neighborhoods, especially in Toronto. From business owners to frontline workers, Jamaicans are major contributors to Canada's labor force. But it's also about taste. Literally, Jamaican cuisine fuels a billion-dollar Caribbean food market in Canada. Ask anyone who's tasted Toronto-style patty or jerk chicken. Without Jamaica, Canadian multiculturalism would lose some serious flavor. Now here's a twist. Japan is one of the biggest reggae-loving nations on Earth. Jamaican music festivals in Japan pull tens of thousands, with Japanese dancehall crews traveling all the way to Kingston just to study with the greats. Blue Mountain coffee is a prized delicacy in Tokyo, and premium Jamaican rums sit behind bars in Osaka's nightlife scene. Jamaica is more than a cultural export. It's a luxury brand in Japan.
I just fix it and just work hard. Somebody in Jamaica have to do something to preserve the musical heritage of Jamaica.
China has a different kind of dependency. Politically and economically, Jamaica is a strategic point in the Caribbean for China's expanding global influence. China has poured billions into Jamaican roads and infrastructure, gaining trade routes and mining rights in the process. But guess what keeps Chinese manufacturing humming? Jamaican bauxite. And what gives them a diplomatic edge in America's hemisphere? Their relationship with Jamaica. That's leverage, and China knows it. Meanwhile, Germany is sipping on Jamaica too, quite literally. Blue Mountain coffee is big business in Berlin. German tourists flood into Montego Bay and Ocho Rios each year, keeping Jamaica's tourism economy buzzing and German Airlines' Caribbean routes alive. Germany's underground reggae scene is thriving, proving that Jamaica's reach even echoes in European basslines. Brazil, the cultural colossus of South America, draws deep spiritual and musical influence from Jamaica. Reggae is huge in cities like Salvador and Sao Paulo, not just as music, but as resistance. Rastas and Afro-Brazilians have adopted reggae as a soundtrack to protest and pride. Brazil's own music, like samba and bale funk, carries DNA from Jamaica's defiant spirit. France, too, dances to a Caribbean rhythm thanks to Jamaica. From Paris to Marseille, Jamaican culture has seeped into French rap, fashion, and food. French rappers sample Jamaican beats. Michelin-starred chefs cook with jerk seasoning. And let's not forget the French Caribbean territories, Martinique and Guadeloupe, where Jamaican influence is both cultural and ancestral. In Nigeria, Jamaica is seen not just as a distant cousin, but a big sibling. Burna Boy, Wizkid, and Davido all tip their hats to dancehall.
I don't think this DJ for Vibes Cartel is prepared. This Vibes Cartel DJ, in fact, if Vibes is better, no, Naya. In fact, it's you, this DJ, whoever the DJ is for Vibes Cartel, are you disrespect the Gaza boss, you know? Are you disrespect the world boss?
Nigerian producers love Jamaican rhythms. There's even business synergy, with Jamaica investing in parts of Nigeria's film and entertainment sectors. The two nations are creative allies, and without Jamaica, Nigeria's music movement wouldn't be the same. Across the continent, South Africa felt Jamaica's influence when Bob Marley's songs became rallying cries against apartheid. Today, the influence is more subtle but no less powerful, from dancehall tracks in Josie clubs to the pepper sauce on Durban's dinner tables. Jamaica is part of the fight, the flavor, and the faith of modern South Africa. Australia, while far away, is dancing to the same beat. Jamaican festivals pull in massive crowds down under. Usain Bolt is a household name. And in cities like Melbourne, Jamaican food trucks are booming. Reggae and dancehall culture offer Australian youth an edgy, rebellious outlet, and that island energy is something they crave. Mexico is closer to Jamaica than most realize. Mexican tourists make up a big chunk of Jamaica's Western visitors, and trade flows both ways, from sugar to spices. Even in athletics, Mexico sees Jamaica as a rival and motivator. The culinary worlds overlap, the tourism is mutually beneficial, and the cultural exchange is growing fast.
I'm not forcing and I'm just showing it. So we're gonna go inside this business right behind me here, and I show you it's booming, Jamaican flag and everything.
Trinidad and Tobago may be a Caribbean neighbor, but it also depends on Jamaica in big ways. Economically, Jamaica is a major importer of Trinidadian goods like oil and manufactured products. But the musical crossovers are where it gets rich. Soca and dancehall have merged into a regional genre that dominates carnival and clubs alike. Without Jamaica, the Caribbean's cultural engine slows down. What a journey it's been. We just hit 14,000 subscribers, and that's not just a number. That's 14,000 people who believe in the power of small islands doing big things. You've helped us amplify the Jamaican story, and now we're setting our sights even higher. 30,000 strong. We know we can reach it with your support. So, if you haven't already, smash that subscribe button, give this video a like, and let's keep this fire blazing across the diaspora. In South Korea, the connection is fresh but fiery. Korean dancers are going viral for their dancehall routines. Jamaican rhythms are being sampled in K&B. Blue Mountain coffee is now a hip, upscale option in soul cafes. Jamaica's global trend-setting power is influencing even East Asian youth culture. And finally, the Netherlands, a quiet but powerful admirer of Jamaican culture. Dutch reggae festivals attract thousands. Dancehall is a staple in Amsterdam nightlife. Caribbean communities, especially those from Aruba and Curaçao, bring Jamaican influence right into the heart of Dutch society. Even the food scene in Rotterdam carries the heat of Kingston. So when people ask, how important is Jamaica really? The answer is simple. Jamaica is essential. From culture to commerce, style to spirit, Jamaica's reach extends far beyond its borders. These 15 countries don't just benefit from Jamaica, they rely on it, sometimes without even realizing it. To everyone who helped us hit 14,000 subscribers, thank you. This platform is about more than just videos. It's about telling our stories, celebrating our greatness, and demanding our recognition. Next stop? 30,000. Let's get there together.
Thank you.